Login complete. Welcome to Alyx's world.
Looks like there's trouble in paradise when it comes to Monday Night Raw. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I am your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is my WWE Monday Night Raw review. The fallout to King and Queen of the Ring. And Jesus, what a show. What a show we tuned into. Let me just get this out the way right now. You're going to get a lot of opinions about this show, ranging from all sides of the spectrum. People who absolutely loved it. Hi, how you doing? People who absolutely hated it, and they're in the right to feel that way. But let me ask you this. Here's the one question you need to ask yourself. You can give me whatever grade you want. You can give me whatever score you want. 1 out of 10. You let me know. But here's the question I want you to answer me honestly. After watching this episode of Raw, are you excited to tune into next week? When the WWE hit you with Liv Morgan kissing Dominik Mysterio at the end of the show. Some of you didn't see it because the USA Network cut off at the last possible second. It was cut off if you watched through USA. But if you watched online, hi, you saw the ending. If you watched the drama unfold with the Alpha Academy, Chad Gable, Sami Zayn, Otis. If you watched what happened with Becky Lynch, and you're wondering what's next for her. What's going to happen with King Gunther, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, Judgment Day falling apart. If you watched tonight's episode, and your answer is, Alyx, I cannot wait for next week, you just watched one of the best episodes of Monday Night Raw all year. I gotta tell you, that's exactly what it felt like. I loved tonight's episode. I told y'all, hey, May or that period after WrestleMania, late April, May, it was going to be a down period. It was going to be slow, maybe even a tad bit cold, although they were still selling out arenas, so I can't say they were cold. But interest in the show was going to wane just a tad bit. But trust, once we get to the summer, shit was going to pick up, and here we go. Tonight's episode was the start of what should be one of the hottest summers the WWE has seen in years. The amount of storytelling, storylines that are picking up right now. Some stories I did not even expect to happen. I am excited. I am excited to talk about the WWE going into SummerSlam. And this is just Raw. SmackDown got its own show and its own storylines ready to go. Of course, including the Civil War of the Bloodline. But that's Friday Night SmackDown. We'll talk about that when we get to SmackDown. We're talking about Raw. Tonight, where do we even begin? We could start with King Gunther getting in the face of world champ Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre breathing down his neck. Because in 3 weeks, he will have a championship opportunity in Glasgow, Scotland. But in the meantime, Damian Priest has to deal with the Judgment Day. And they are getting embarrassed. Even with the assistance of Carlito. Could have been cool. They are losing left and right. Braun Strowman whooped JD McDonagh's ass. Carlito got whooped by Rey Mysterio. It was so embarrassing that Damian Priest said, fine, I'll do it myself. That was Thanos putting on the gauntlet. You know what I was talking about. Went out there and whipped that ass of Rey Mysterio. So next week we're getting Rey Mysterio. And of course, Damian Priest. Should be a fun match. But yeah, things aren't looking good for the Judgment Day. We're getting ready to close the chapter, or maybe even the full book, on the Judgment Day. Although I feel like whatever we get next, when it comes to Finn Balor, JD McDonagh, Dominik Mysterio, I feel like it's going to include Liv Morgan. Because Liv Morgan has been talking to every member. Finn Balor, especially Dominik Mysterio. She's probably doing more than just talking to Dominik Mysterio. Yeah, y'all were giving Liv Morgan a hard time when it came out that she worked at Hooters. I heard y'all, I read your comments. You can't take the Hooters out of the girl, but you can take the girl out of Hooters. The same people giving her a hard time about working at Hooters, when they saw Liv Morgan lip-locking Dominik at the end of Raw, they turned into Dolph Ziggler. They turned right into Dolph Ziggler. It should have been me. It should have been me. You know damn well that you wish you was Dominik Mysterio right now. But that drama with the Judgment Day, I feel like it's about to come to a climax very soon. Well, let's hope it happens before Rhea Ripley gets back, because let's just be real. When Rhea comes back, we're all dead. Everybody's dead. Hell have no fury like a scorned Rhea Ripley. She will come back with a flamethrower and eviscerate every single life form in her way because of what Liv Morgan and Dom did tonight. We're all dead. We're all dead. Luckily, Becky Lynch, probably, maybe, more so than not, retired. We'll definitely talk about that as well. We might actually open up with that before we get into the Raw review, because I did see some news that I do want to talk about when it comes to Becky Lynch. We could talk about Braun Breaker giving the GM a hard time, absolutely continuing to give hell to Ricochet and Ilya Dragunov, who, by the way, had another awesome match. Unfortunately, they were in the path of Braun Breaker. All three of these men are going to be world champions one day. I think we all can agree on that. Especially Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker, I hate the name, but you cannot deny that this guy has talent that is unmatched. Unadulterated badass. Love this guy. Io Sky snapped. Legit lost her mind in front of Dakota Kai and Kairi Sane. Just completely wrecked the dressing room. She's sick of losing. She is sick of being a loser. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. We breaking up groups, man. But no matter what you want to talk about, there are two things we're going to be talking about the most. That's the drama with Liv Morgan, Dominik Mysterio, and then the Alpha Academy. That segment with Chad Gable, Otis, Maxine, Akira Tozawa, and Sami Zayn tonight might have been one of the best segments I have ever seen. And I mean that. At least, I'll say it like this. It's one of the best segments I've seen this year. And I think me being a Chad Gable fan and me wanting to see him finally get what I feel has been eluded for such a long time, it's so cool to finally see him involved in a storyline this deep. It's a legit, I don't even know how to describe it, but you got people legitimately pissed at Chad for his abuse of Otis in the Alpha Academy. He has garnered, dare I say, nuclear heat. It ain't your average heat. People can't stand his ass. The heat is real. But in doing so, he's elevated every single person in the Alpha Academy as characters. You feel sorry for Maxine. You feel sorry for Akira Tozawa. And you feel even sorrier for Otis. Otis was this close to beating Bronson Reed. But then Chad Gable screwed it up. This is a great storyline. It works because you get it. Chad Gable is a broken man. Him not being able to win the IC title for his family has turned him into something that, dare I say, he hates himself. It's turned him into what he hates the most. But here's the thing. Otis, Maxine, Akira, they know he's hurting. He's struggling deep down inside to finally find a way to reach the top. Finally find that out to get out of the goddamn gutter. A gutter he's been in for almost a decade now. They still see him as a friend. And they just want to be there for him. But in being there for him, they're just letting themselves get abused more and more and more. And everyone is just like, stop fucking with this guy. He doesn't care about you. But you get it. You understand why they stay with him. That is storytelling. This shit is amazing. If there was ever a time to put that belt on Chad Gable, I will be furious. Come hell or high water. They better put that title on Chad Gable sooner than later. I ain't trying to hear it. You don't waste a heel this hot. He is. When was the last time you had a heel that was this effective? It's been a minute. Now, we've seen some in AEW. I'm talking about WWE. It's been a minute. A hot minute, goddammit. And imagine, once Chad Gable wins that IC title, we can dovetail into a Otis babyface turn. And imagine how over he'll be. After all the abuse he will continue to take going forward. You see it coming, and you can't wait for it. And you already know, eventually Chad will kick. They'll either leave Chad, or Chad will kick them to the curb, and then he'll replace them with the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile.
Wow.
Damn Dom. In the words of Dolph. Should have been me. Rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing.
Like I told y'all, all those boys saying, man, Liv Morgan ain't nothing but a Hooters hoot. A Hooters chick. She ain't got no talent. She's just good at wearing her outfit. Those same men are now saying, it should have been me. It should have been me. Too late now. My boy Dom getting it from both sides. Well, he's probably getting it from one side now because Rhea is... If we're talking storyline-wise, she blocked his number. And probably burned everything in their house. So if they were living together, he probably should go find another place to live. Damn. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna get hot this summer. Not literally. Well, yes, literally too. I hear it's gonna be the hottest summer, period, ever. Global warming, man. Take it seriously. But figuratively, it's gonna be a hot summer for the WWE. And I cannot wait to see what they do. I cannot wait to get into this Monday Night Raw. Even like the undercard. The undercard even has intriguing storylines. Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser, their feud. You got Karrion Kross teasing that he wants to break up the New Day? For the love of God, Karrion Kross, don't tease a man like that. Make it happen, Captain. Make it happen. Don't just sit there and be like, I'm probably nah. No, don't probably nothing. Break them up or else. Don't be teasing me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you over here. Let me make myself a little bit bigger so y'all can see me more. Okay, that's better. That's actually a lot better. But you know what I'm saying, right? Don't be teasing us. Either do it, shit, or get out the pot. That's what we're going to say. Everything is going to be amazing when we get to the summer. Even the Super Chat Championship feud we got right now between Corp CA, Franklin Torres, Three Diglets, and maybe even a few others that we don't know about. You might want to tune in to this channel to catch all the storylines, because we got them. It's going to be hot. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get to the rest of the show. You know what we got to do, the sponsorship, the plugs, shout-outs, and all that jazz. So if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edit to help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at Just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on Cameo, give me a follow on Threads, and give me a follow on TikTok. For I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, VENMO. And yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast. To get your thoughts played live on the air, email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi. And get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt. Get you a new school Alyx's World t-shirt. But most importantly, get you a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie. America, the remix. This t-shirt, once again, is going out of style. You have a limited time to get you a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie t-shirt by SummerSlam. We will have a whole new lineup of designs and t-shirts. So if this is a design that you want, get it while you can. As the channel grows, so does the merchandise, so does everything else. But we will still have sponsorships, like today's sponsor, SeatGeek. If you are someone that wants to get a discount on concert tickets, on wrestling tickets, on any kind of event tickets, you can get off of SeatGeek right now. Use the promo code JustAlyx at checkout, and I will get you $20 off any ticket purchase you get. That's any ticket purchase you get. $20 off. If that's something you want, then how's about we get a quick word from our sponsor? Then we'll get you some shout-outs. Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. If you're a wrestling fan looking for access to great seats for any wrestling event near you, then you want to use this app. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek stands as the unrivaled #1 ticketing app in the market today. SeatGeek constantly delivers incredible deals on ticket prices. When you're exploring the app, keep an eye out for the special green dots that mark the best deals. What's even better is that every ticket you purchase is backed by SeatGeek's buyer guarantee, with the option to return your tickets and even swap them before the events. So here's an exclusive for you. If you click the link down below and use the promo code JustAlyx, you can get $20 off your first purchase. Yes, $20 off any ticket that you purchase using the promo code JustAlyx. This is a sweet deal that you could use literally right now. So don't wait. Click the link, download the app, and join the SeatGeek family today. Thank you all so much for joining me. If I sound a little weird, it's because I am dealing with a strep throat. I am taking medicine for that. Hopefully it'll be gone within the next couple of days, maybe. But regardless, I appreciate you all for being here to watch this live stream. So, if you like what you see, please be sure to hit that like button, because the more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. Also, show some love to the mod squad, the moderators, Ultra, Shadow 97, Firestar Heart, Elias Ademi, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl, Highway Dealing Danger. A little horse there, because of that strep throat. Khalil does everything, and of course Big MGL, because they help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have quite the cast in the live chat, including your Super Chat champ. We're going to go ahead and play these Super Chats here before we get to the actual shoutouts. I want to thank everyone who continues to support the channel, because it is very important, that almost imperative, that you guys watch the videos, that you guys, let the ads play and the revenue go through. It keeps me doing what I do, and then your donations even more. So good. I don't know why this is taking long to play. I have Super Chats on, but maybe it's taking a minute to register. So until that registers, we're going to go ahead and get to the rest of these shoutouts here. We're just going to go from the top. First person I see is Dulcie Chatham. He says he's so jealous of Dom. Why wouldn't you be? Everyone's jealous of Dom. Joseph Winters. Dom's about to break up with Judgment Day. I think the Judgment Day is about to be done, period. Dominic got him a new mommy, says JJ. Who let the dogs out? Who?
I need your love, I need your time, I need to be free with you tonight, I need your love.
I'm back from vacation, having been in DRN. For the next major holiday weekend, I'll be in Cabo San Lucas on my Liv Morgan revenge tour.
This one over here. Good to have you here, champ. Corp CA making his, of course, regular part-time appearance. Because a part-time champ can't show up on every stream, but we here. But as always, anytime we get the champ, we also get his wise man, Franklin Torres, showing up. So it's good to have you guys here. All right, let's continue with the shoutouts. Lee Mexico, Rickety, got them ones up for the Tribal Chief, Corp CA. Steven, Stancil? Did I say that right? Steven Stancil? That's a new one. It's good, Steven. We also got Jonathan. Let me scroll down a little bit. Your Goatness, Lauren Biggs. John, Isaac, Valvex, Ediza? Valvex, Editza? I cannot even. Is that Edits or Editza?
I need your love, I need your time, I need to be free with you tonight, I need your love.
Index pointing up.
Franklin Torres acknowledging the Tribal Chief, Corp CA. Acknowledge him. You love to see it. I think it's Valvex Edit, so we'll go with that. Let's keep on scrolling down. I see Andre Lavandero, who gives the show a 6.5 out of 10. Oh, you didn't like it? Or you thought it was meh? Rawcuz 99. Now hold on a minute. Is that who I think it is? It's the Nature Boy. Woo! Jody Bennett. What's good, Jody? Good to have you here. I also see a couple of people from A&B Combos. Good to have you guys here. Alejandro Catano. Did I say that right? Calendar Master 420. Daquan is Savage. Oh, some of y'all I haven't seen in a while. Ray Ash, Joker from Persona 5, Immortal Beast, and last but not least, we're going to give it to Debit Money. Debit Money Adams. Thank you all so much for being here. If I don't say your name, it ain't because I hate you. We got a lot to get to, so be sure you interact with people in the live chat and keep the conversation going. And we'll be back at the end of the stream to check things out. Let's start things off with Becky Lynch. It was reported today from Fightful Select that Becky has not signed a new deal with the WWE. And it's looking like whatever negotiations they are going to have, there's a good chance one won't be reached by the time her contract expires. And her contract is set to expire midnight of June 1st. So by this weekend, Becky Lynch will be a free agent. And you know damn well, Tony Khan's going to be boop, 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 boop. Yo, Rebecca, how much you want? You already know Tony's going to throw all his money at her. And quite frankly, if I am Becky Lynch, Rebecca, whatever you want to call her, I'm going to call her Becky Lynch. I don't know Rebecca. I'm not going to pretend I know Becca. So we'll go with Becky Lynch. I would wait this shit out on purpose. Because if the idea is to make more money than what you're making now, because as of this moment, Mercedes Moné is making more money than Becky Lynch is. So there's a side of me that thinks maybe Becky is going to pull a Hulk Hogan brother and try and negotiate more money with WWE. And if they don't want her, I don't think she'll go to AEW, but she doesn't need to come back. One way or another, here's what I think is going to happen. I'm going to need you all to chill out with the AEW rumors. Just go ahead and chill out with that. As crazy as it would be to see Rebecca go to All Elite Wrestling, it ain't happening. Becky Lynch is staying in WWE. Mark my words, that is a promise. I do not see her going anywhere. However, although she'll re-sign with WWE, I have a feeling she will be taking a break. I think Becky wants to be a mother. You guys have seen me, heard me give Becky a hard time for the last month or so about, honestly, just lacking passion. It's been feeling like Becky's been phoning it in. She doesn't have that bite, that venom that she used to have as the man. She comes out and just lapsadaisically, is that even a word? It's very lapsadaisical with her promos. She's not really, how dare I say this? How do I say this without sounding insulting? Because I don't want to say she's going through the motion, but you can tell she's just kind of, it feels like she's just, without really finding the right word for it, she's just kind of there. I can't even find the right phrase to describe what it is. Whatever it is, it ain't the Becky Lynch that I became a fan of. And I'm at the point now where if she does take a break, it's probably for the best. Because what is she going to do? Just take up TV time? Take TV time away from people who desperately need it? Who could get over with fresh new stories? I mean, ask yourself this. What does Becky have left to do? Thank you. People are saying she's on autopilot. That's the best way to describe it. What does Becky have left to do? She's already main evented WrestleMania. She's already won the Royal Rumble. She's already beaten all the top female wrestlers. Bianca Belair, Charlotte, Liv, Rhea. She's already beaten them all. There's nothing left for her to do except be a mom. So quite frankly, maybe this will be one of those cases where she'll resign, but she's going to need a bit of time away from the company. You know how they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder? Yeah, I do think this is what she needs right now. So, my prediction is that Becky will indeed resign, but she's going away for a little bit. As she should. And I saw on Twitter, she posted a picture saying, to be continued. Hey, she's done enough in her career to warrant a Hall of Fame induction. She's made enough money to where she can chill. Especially since Seth is going to keep working. Seth isn't going nowhere. She's made her millions. She can dovetail that into whatever project she wants to do. She could become an actor. She could go on to Hollywood. Whatever she decides to do, I am going to support her. Even if I don't see it happening, but even if she decides she wants to go to AEW, I could be dead wrong. And she might turn around and say, you know what? I've already made enough money here in WWE. I've done enough here in WWE. I'm going to AEW. Man, that would be a hell of a pickup. What a pickup that would be for All Elite Wrestling. So you got Mercedes. Now you're going to get Rebecca? Man. I don't know if Tony Khan could handle that. He wouldn't be able to, trust me. But look, I personally think she's not going nowhere. But I do think she would be wise to take a break. Because she's just there now. She's on autopilot. She's not really doing much. That doesn't mean she's gone forever. Take a break. Be a mom. Maybe in a year or so, come back for the Royal Rumble. Start a feud with somebody. And then go from there. But yeah, I'm seeing people on Twitter saying, thank you, Becky, for everything that you've done. Just the idea that Becky could be gone has made people appreciate her a little bit more. And it should make you appreciate her. Because let's be real, she could retire literally this week and not wrestle a single day in her life. And she's good. I wouldn't blame her. Would you? Would you blame Becky Lynch if she decided, you know what? I'm done. I'm good. I don't need to touch that ring ever again. I don't need to take another bump. I don't have to speak another word on a microphone. I don't have to do shit ever again when it comes to professional wrestling. I've done everything that I set out to do. All I care about is raising my child. If she made that decision, who are you? Who are we to fault her for that? Who are we to judge her for that? I don't think she is, but she has every right to make that decision. So let's see what happens. We will find out what Becky Lynch will do before what? Saturday, right? Because that's June 1st, right? Yeah. By the weekend, we'll find out. But like I said, I have a feeling that she is going to resign. Let me see how old she is. How old is Becky? Let me see. How old is Becky Lynch? Oh, she's 37. Oh, yeah, see. I didn't even think about that one. I mean, at this point, you're 37 years old. What else is there left to do? We'll keep an eye on that situation. And if any other crazy updates, major updates happen, I'll be the first one to talk about it. So stay tuned. Monday Night Raw. What an episode this was. Like I told y'all at the beginning, you're going to get a lot of opinions about this episode. Across all spectrums. People who loved it, people who hated it, people who thought it was I happen to be someone that thought it was one of the best episodes they produced all year. Pure story. Pure storytelling. They were live in Savannah, Georgia, the Enmarket Arena, and this is a very small arena. Apparently, it only sat like 9,000. They definitely sold that out. You know they sold that out. 9,000? That's one of those cases where, do they even have enough? You're going to have some people disappointed. But it was a full house. We opened up with the king of the ring. Ludwig Kaiser introduced King Gunther. Na 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 na. King Gunther comes out and gets "We Want Randy" chants. And apparently they're leaning heavy into the fact that Gunther did not pin Randy Orton. So is he a real king? I love that we're doing that. They're making use of the botch. And that's one of those things that I love about Triple H being in charge of creative. He is able to take something that wasn't supposed to happen and turn it into a storyline. But Gunther says the referee's decision was final. He is the king. He talks about getting a title shot out of it and how it was on him to step up and become the greatest IC champ of all time. And so too, he stepped up to be raised. He stepped up to be raised to be king and win the King of the Ring tournament. And he's going to raise the crown to levels it's never been before. And now he says the World Heavyweight Championship is lacking. It's lacking prestige because it's being held by a champion who didn't win it fairly. He cashed in to win it. Out walks Judgment Day and the World Heavyweight Champion, Damian Priest. Damian congratulates Gunther, but says he earned nothing because he didn't actually beat Randy Orton. There it is. They are leaning into the storyline that Gunther didn't beat Randy Orton because Randy Orton's shoulder wasn't down. And if he wants a pat on the back, sure, but to take credit from anything but costing Randy a title is absurd. Wow. And then Damian Priest defended himself. Yeah, I cashed in, but I earned the right to cash in. I earned that briefcase. He asked Gunther if he knows how things work around here and offers to teach him a lesson. And Gunther responds, I've been waiting for people to teach me anything. Someone to teach me something since I got here. But every single time we step inside the ring, I have been the master and the authority of professional wrestling. And you can't teach me shit. And out walks everyone's favorite DM Hunk through McIntyre. He gets CM Punk chants, of course. And he says, I am the best thing that happened to CM Punk. Because I'm the only one keeping him relevant. And I went, he's kinda right. He's actually on point. He introduces himself as the number one contender and says he is going to be champion in less than 3 weeks because he is fighting Damian Priest at Clash at the Castle. Priest says he's not looking past him. He just knows what's going to happen when they're done. McIntyre responds, telling Damian that he's spreading himself too thin. Judgment Day are screwing up left and right. Facts. And ever since Rhea Ripley got hurt, things have gone to hell. Facts. He says he's the only person from the UK, out of every single UK star, from the British Bulldog to I'm afraid I've got some bad news, Wade Barrett. He's the only UK star to become World Heavyweight Champion. And advises him to watch his match. And of course, watch his back when we get to Clash at the Castle. But he told him to watch his match from 2 years ago? Around 2 years ago, when he almost beat Roman Reigns. And he said, look at that crowd. Those guys, they call me Drew. You guys here in America, you call me psychotic. Now imagine 60,000 people. Well, actually, 15,000 of those guys all in one arena. Now what you gonna do? And Damian Priest laughed. He said, what? You think people booing me is going to get under my skin? And then Damian asked him about his wife. Drew got pissed. Don't you ever talk about my wife. And Damian's like, I don't want to talk about your wife. I just want to see if I can get under your skin. And before it can get any more crazier, Braun Strowman comes out and Drew said, nope. Everybody dipped except for Damian Priest, who got face-to-face with Braun Strowman. Hey, this was a very good segment. It got a lot of things done while also teasing what? Gunther, Damian Priest, of course, Drew, Damian Priest, and then Braun Strowman, Damian Priest. A lot of people are being set up to fight for that World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know. I'm still leaning towards Drew McIntyre winning that championship. But there's a side of me that kind of wants Damian Priest to keep it. I kind of want to see Damian prove that he's not a transitional paper champion. But let's see what the WWE feels about that. Braun Strowman has a match against JD McDonagh, squashed him. Absolutely squashed him. Although it was an elongated squash, it went past the commercial break. It was an essential monster versus little man match. Braun ran through him like he was nothing. Absolutely obliterated JD McDonagh. And then afterwards, of course, he ran after Judgment Day because the rest of Judgment Day came out and attacked him. That includes Carlito and Finn. McDonagh would hit Braun Strowman in the back with a chair. And then Braun Strowman said, meep, meep. Well, he's Coyote, right? Wile E. Coyote. Never mind. I guess meep, meep was JD McDonagh. But he told his ass to run. And they hightailed it. They was gone. And that would be the through line story for the night. Braun Strowman looking for Judgment Day. More specifically, JD McDonagh. We get an interview with your Women's World Champ, Liv Morgan. Liv says she has no remorse over how she beat Becky Lynch, but she didn't know Dominik Mysterio was going to come out like that and help her. But she's not here to talk about that. Excuse me. She's here to talk about how she's a fighting champion. Sure. And she's going to defend the title against Becky in a steel cage tonight. Will it be effective? As you've already found out, no, it wasn't. But that was the story. Oh, no one's going to ever interfere in a steel cage match because it's impossible. They've been telling that concept, that story, for over 4 decades. People still manage to interfere and help someone win. Hilarious that they still believe that people buy that. We go on backstage to Damian Priest telling Finn Balor to go find JD McDonagh and bring him back to the clubhouse. Because, we trying to still keep together the Judgment Day. Video package. A Braun Breaker, who is quickly becoming one of my favorite parts of Monday Night Raw. Oh, he was a highlight tonight. We see Ricochet backstage, getting taped up because of an injury. He says he wants to fight Braun Breaker, and Adam Pearce said, nah, sorry buddy, you hurt. Ilya Dragunov shows up and says, hey bruh, you hurt, take it easy. And then Ricochet, nah, fuck that. I want to fight. I'll fight you even. And then Adam Pearce said, all right, well, you're cleared, so up to you. And they made the match. Ilya Dragunov versus Ricochet, the rematch. This match was awesome. These two have very good chemistry. And I'm seeing more and more that Ricochet is getting just that tiny ounce bit over with the audience every single time he has a match. And Ilya Dragunov is quickly becoming one of those in-ring generals that just wreck shop and can have a great match with literally anyone and everyone. And you love to see it. Oh, this match had all kinds of stuff. Stiff chops, forearms, Constantine specials, kick flips, moonsaults, code breakers, 450 splashes. Only for it all to mean nothing, because Braun Breaker hits the ring and spears both of them and ends in a no contest. And Adam Pearce is pissed. Adam Pearce feels like he can somehow control Braun Breaker. I don't know how you control Braun Breaker. I can't control Braun Breaker. You can't control Braun Breaker. So who can control Braun Breaker? Nobody! He Braun Breaker. But yeah, he's in there raising hell. He is raising hell on everyone and everything. And I'm not gonna lie, I love it. As I said, Braun Breaker is quickly becoming my favorite act when it comes to Monday Night Raw. He is just a badass. An unadulterated badass. And we're putting him in a feud, a triple threat feud with Ricochet and Ilya Dragunov. And you know they're just going to elevate each other. All three will elevate each other to the main event scene. A mid-card feud without a championship. AEW, take notes. Moving on. Adam Pearce is yelling at Braun Breaker and then ends up running into Kiana James, so apparently that's going to be a thing. You see that's becoming a storyline. Awesome Truth is giving out ice cream, and then they run up to the New Day, and I think during this segment, this is when they meet Karrion Kross, right? Yeah, Karrion Kross shows up. Karrion Kross rolls up with more mind games. He says, Xavier Woods, you're being held back by Kofi Kingston. And then he looks at Kofi Kingston and goes, when are you going to stop holding back Xavier Woods? Until you retire? Woods ends up setting up a match with AOP for next week. And they's about to get crushed. Speaking of AOP, they absolutely obliterated the Creed brothers in their tag match, which was literally right after the segment. So AOP wins in a match against the Creed brothers. And then we get something backstage with Rey Mysterio cutting a promo on Carlito. Because you know everybody betrays Rey Mysterio. Everybody turns on Rey Mysterio. You turned on Rey Mysterio. And you don't even know it. Yeah, you thought you was innocent. Guess what? You just turned on Rey Mysterio. Just by breathing. How dare you? In all seriousness, he talks about how Carlito was jealous of Dragon Lee. That they're still brothers. And tonight, he's about to extract revenge on betraying the LWO. We get a promo with Sheamus, coming out talking about having banger after banger after banger. He's interrupted by Ludwig Kaiser, calling him an old hag and telling him to come get some. You want some? Come get some. Sheamus heads to the back, meets Ludwig Kaiser, who blindsides him, and then they brawl. Essentially, they brawl until referees and backstage personnel come out to break them up. Security and all that jazz. Next up, we see Becky Lynch backstage talking to Lyra Valkyria. She sits next to Lyra and says the following. Don't worry about losing. Here in wrestling, it's either you win or you learn. And you'll keep winning or learning until it's time to walk away. And that's when you go, ooh. What that mean? That's exactly what that means. I think up next is the Io Sky segment, right? No, it's not. Up next is Lyra Valkyria taking on Kairi Sane. Lyra Valkyria gets a crucifix pin victory over Kairi after blocking her elbow. Then we go backstage to Io Sky and the dressing room of Damage Control. As soon as they walk in, Io jumps up off the sofa and snaps! Starts breaking shit, tossing lamps, breaking tables, ripping off portraits, flipping over couches, and then she walked out of that ring. She walked out of that room. She'll probably end up wrecking shit in the ring too, but she is just angry. Dakota and Io are like, what the fuck? Yeah, they're about to break up Damage Control. Look, honestly, Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, Io Sky are all better as singles competitors any goddamn ways. Any goddamn ways. You can keep Io Sky heel. You can turn Kairi Sane babyface. Because you can tell they want to. They're having her do her babyface taunts. So they're going to turn her babyface and probably keep Io Sky heel. Maybe Dakota heel too. We'll figure that one out later. More drama with the Judgment Day. Because now the Priest is talking to JD and Carlito and Finn. And they're just like, y'all, can y'all do anything right? God damn. You can't handle Braun. You got Rey Mysterio. Like, can we get something right? Can we get something done? The answer to that question is no. Y'all can't get anything done because you're losers. You are Elihu Zahers. That was a very easy reference. Y'all better know where that came from. Carlito goes out to fight Rey Mysterio. And as you can imagine, it's Carlito against Rey Mysterio. Carlito loses to a 619 in a pin, even though he had help or tried to get help from JD McDonagh and Finn Balor. That's right. They can't do shit right. These men who call themselves the Judgment Day can't do shit right, man. But after the match, Damian Priest put on his Thanos glove, the Infinity Gauntlet, walked out there and just wrecked shop. Whooped everyone's asses, including Rey Mysterio's, which set up a match between Rey Mysterio and Damian Priest next week on Monday Night Raw. Alright. This is where it gets crazy. So we go backstage. We see Chad Gable berating Akira Tozawa. Yep. It's that time. And not too long after that, here comes Otis and Maxine Dupree. As soon as Chad Gable saw Maxine Dupree, he fried her ass up. He said, "Oh, look, it's Goldilocks and her 3 brain cells." I said, God! Damn! I pulled a Ron Simmons. I said, damn! Fried her ass up. God! Maxine, I feel bad for her. And Chad, stay frying her ass up. Crazy, man. That was a good zinger, though. I'm not gonna lie. And then you see Braun Strowman still coming in, popping in and out of segments, searching for JD McDonagh. That's really, really cool. Otis has a match against Bronson Reed, and Otis came that close to beating Bronson Reed. Because when Bronson Reed fell down, he was going to go for the caterpillar. And then Chad Gable grabbed him by his ears and said, "No! Bad Otis! No!" Might as well have done that. He didn't do that, but no! But Otis got distracted, which allowed Bronson Reed to take advantage. He hits the Tsunami! And pins Otis 1, 2, 3. Chad gets inside the ring, says, "Akira Tozawa, Maxine, Otis, get your asses out here right now! Right now!" Chad Gable, we go to commercial break. Chad Gable asks Otis, what is he going to do with him? What am I going to do with you, Otis? What will it take for me to get through to you? He tells Otis he lacks discipline. And he's going to show him what discipline is. That boy Chad Gable said, you know what this is? Hold on. That boy Chad Gable said, close enough. He said, I'm Joe Jackson. You Michael. Bend over. This is leather, by the way. That's why that's not working as much. He pulled out his belt. I said, oh, nah. He about to whoop him? He about to pull MJF whipping Cody Rhodes? I said, oh, no. He said, get on the ropes. And Otis went to the ropes. And he goes to hit him with that first lashing. He gets stopped by Maxine. Big pop, by the way. Big pop when Maxine stopped him. And then Chad said, look here. Don't you ever put your hands on me again. He was aggressive with her, too. Y'all, I don't see it happening. If Chad Gable hits Maxine, maybe not intentionally, but if he hits Maxine, ooh, that's gonna be that nuclear white heat. I don't know if they want to go that far, but they might. They might. Sami Zayn comes out because he's like, okay, enough of this shit. He checks in on Maxine, who got kicked out of the ring. Chad Gable kicked out Maxine on his way through the aisle. But he charges to the ring, gets inside. Sami gets in the ring, even though Chad said, don't you take one more step. Sami got inside the ring and asked, what you gonna do, Chad? Calls him a weak little man who has manipulated his way into opportunity after opportunity and came up short every time. When he does, he looks for everybody and everyone to blame but himself. It's nobody's fault but Chad Gable's. Chad is the one that can't get the job done. Sami is roasting him badly. Gable is pissed. He's fuming. It tells him he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And winds up to hit Otis again, but this time, Sami Zayn grabs the belt. And then Sami Zayn throws the belt out of the ring and takes off his title as well and goes to hit Chad, but Otis stands in the way and goes, no. Not my friend. Sami's like, come on, man. Why do you let him abuse you? Listen to the fans. Listen to your heart. You know this is wrong. And as soon as he said that, Sami gets blindsided by Chad Gable. And Chad begins to whoop on him. Takes off his jacket, punches him, mounts him, punch, lays him out. Otis and, of course, Akira continue to watch. At some point in time, Sami gets the better of Chad. That's when Otis steps in and pulls Sami off of Chad. He's like, dude, I can't let you beat up my friend. And, of course, Chad Gable responds with a German suplex and lays out Sami while grabbing the belt. Woo! And then you see Otis and Akira and Chad walk away. And the crowd was furious. Oh, they were chanting so much for Otis. Otis. It was high pitched, man. I gotta be honest, man. Not hyperbole. That was one of the best segments I've seen on Raw all year. And again, Chad Gable continues to prove why he is just one of the best at what he does. The amount of heat he was able to garner for abusing Otis, Maxine, and Akira Tozawa verbally and physically. So much so that it's elevating them. He is single-handedly making all three better. And it's great to see. You love to see it. He is single-handedly making them better. And people are getting behind them because of it. But as much as you want them to turn on Chad, to stand up for themselves, you understand why they don't do it. Because that's their friend. That's their friend. They know that Chad is broken. They know he's a broken man. They are sad because he lost his opportunity at the IC title. And it's changed him. It's made him into something that even he himself would hate. It's turned him into a monster. But they stand by him because they're being good friends to him. Despite him not being a good friend back. It's toxic. It's a toxic relationship. It's not the same Chad Gable they fell in love with, but they refuse to leave him because they know if they do, he'll just get worse. That's next level storytelling. This is the point where you have to put the belt on Chad Gable now. See, at WrestleMania, I was pissed that he didn't get the opportunity. Sammy got it and he won. Whatever. I can let that go. I will let that go. If they put the belt on Chad Gable now. Now you need to put the belt on Chad Gable. Don't fuck around with this. Give him the goddamn belt. Let him have it. Let him have it. The story is too ripe. It's too strong. Now is the time. When you have a heel this hot, you gotta give him the championship. And here's what you do. Once Chad is holding that belt, you dovetail this into an ultimate Otis babyface turn. You know damn well that when Otis turns on Chad, it is going to get a monster pop. And then you do that feud. And then, of course, you replace Maxine, Akira, and Otis with the Creeds and Ivy Nile. But what a segment that was. That segment was golden. One of the best segments, literally, all year. By the way, before I go on to the next segment, I have a confession to make. I've seen a lot of people call him Perk? Is it Perk or Peck? Perk Gable. Perk Angle. What? I was watching something from It's J Knox about Perk Angle. So, like, what does that mean? What does Perk? Like, peak angle? Is that what that is? Peak angle, Perk Angle? I don't know. Y'all let me know about that one. Perk Angle, Peak Angle. Explain that one to me. Because even now I'm just kind of like, what that mean? Someone said Percocet. Perk as in, drugged up. Percocet. Oh, because Kurt Angle was on drugs. Yo! Now I don't like that. Is that what that is? I don't think I like that now. I don't think I like it. Anyways, Shayna Baszler is always stuck backstage. They're confronted by Sonya Deville. Sonya is trying to recruit them so she can manage them. Let's see what happens. I might actually like that. Main event, Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. I thought this match was awesome. Steel cage match, to me, was actually better than their pay-per-view match. They beat the shit out of each other. Great chemistry. They got a lot of their spots that they messed up right in this match. And it was easier because of the cage. So they were able to find their footing and actually use the cage to add a bit more drama and actually beat each other up a little bit more. Yeah, this was a great main event.
Speaking as a guy who has been a heel all my life, this is a career-defining moment for Master Gable.
Master Gable? That's funny. Sorry about that. We're not done yet. So, Dominik Mysterio eventually comes out. And you're like, Lord, what's about to happen here? What's getting ready to happen? What's he about to do? But then something else happened. Dominik Mysterio opens the door, and he's like, Becky, come on. And Becky's like, don't you screw me. Don't you screw me. And then all of a sudden, JD McDonagh and Finn Balor come out. And they're like, hey, okay, you playing with fire here. And we want nothing to do with it. And then Braun Strowman, a full show storyline. Braun Strowman comes out chasing JD McDonagh and Finn Balor. They run around like fucking Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner. They run around the ring and they come bulldozing into Finn, not just Finn, but into Dominik Mysterio, who then accidentally closes the door on Becky, knocks her out, and allows Liv Morgan to escape. Liv retains the title. And then the show ends. And this is the part where people get upset because if you're watching on the USA Network, they cut the feed right before Liv kissed Dominik Mysterio. But Liv Morgan does indeed kiss Dominik Mysterio. They make out. They make out pretty heavily. And then you see Liv smirking, smiling. She liked it. And once again, all the men talking about some Hooters Liv. Liv worked at Hooters. She's a Hooters girl. As soon as they saw Liv kissing Don, they were like, it should have been me. It should have been me. What an ending. Y'all, what a fucking way to close an excellent episode. This was pure storytelling 101. 101 storytelling. I loved every single minute of it. It was awesome. This was a great episode. It really was a great episode. I can't say any more good things about it. Enough good things about it. It's crazy. It's crazy. When it's time to start cooking, they know when to turn it on and how to turn it on. This summer, when you think about what we're looking at for SummerSlam, we're looking at the Civil War for the Bloodline. We're looking at possibly Cody Rhodes versus The Rock. Or we could be looking at Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Either one is fine. We're looking at Jade Cargill versus not just Nia Jax, but also Bayley. That's going to be crazy. We're looking at the Raw side. Braun Breaker, Ricochet, Ilya Dragunov. We're looking at Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. We're looking at, oh my God, Damian Priest, Gunther, CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre. We're looking at Chad Gable versus Sami Zayn versus Otis, teaming up with the Creeds and Ivy Nile. Holy shit! This summer is gonna cook! We're looking at L.A. Knight, yeah, taking on Logan Paul. Come on, man. Come on. It's gonna be a fire summer. Give it to me. Give it to me. One of the best Summer Slams. Oh, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. It's going to cook. It's going to cook. It's gonna... If you're some man, cook. Y'all, this was a great episode. Give me your thoughts. Let's get some ratings. Give me your grades. Give me your 1 out of 10 scores. What do you rate tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw? This was a fun episode. But it was fun to me. Was it fun to you? Andre Lavandero. Andre, close enough. Says Chad is the MJF of WWE. Ooh, that's quite the compliment that you just gave him. Valvex says Io is overrated. Ugh, you don't like Io? That's interesting. JJ Bulldog, they had The Rock whoop Cody's ass. Why can't Chad whoop Otis's ass? Yeah, they held back on that. I would have at least given him one lashing. Calendar Master says, I love that you're talking about WWE awesome again. Being awesome again. Oh, no problem. That's what I do. I had a good time. Yo Pink Panther says, all Becky has left to do is fight Ronda Rousey in a one-on-one match, which is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Could it be possible that Drew McIntyre wins the title back and then he'll lose it again to a distraction from CM Punk? Imagine if CM Punk came back and won Money in the Bank. Ooh. Ooh. Drew has to have his moment. He finally connecting after all these years with the I don't give a damn about anyone but Drew character. He really is peak Drew McIntyre right now. So I would love for him to win that world title in Glasgow. Liv kissing Dom was definitely a true case for what we've known all along. Mark, you have hit the nail on the head. We all knew that these two were in cahoots with each other. And it's going to come to a head when Mommy comes back. And everyone's dead. Everyone is going to die when Rhea Ripley comes back. Yeah, Percocet. That's what that means. Kurt Angle. Percocet Kurt Angle. Y'all know Kurt. Look. Y'all know damn well that Chad ain't doing no fucking Percocet. Y'all better stop. Y'all better stop that. That's crazy. All right, let's get your grades and your scores. Mark 5 gave it an 8 out of 10. Corp CA gave it an 8 out of 10. Becky's peak to me is still that moment, not the match at WrestleMania 35. Also, I really enjoyed the episode of Raw. Shallstar gave it an A. JJ Bulldog gave it an 8. Joker gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Interesting. Sean Swaby, baby, says he didn't see Raw because he was in the middle of things. Do go back and watch it. It was a great episode. Joseph Winters, 8.7. Just give it a 9, bro. The fuck, 8.7, just give it a 9. Round it up. Sunset Jaden, 7.5 was Imarola. Sunset Jaden gave it a 9.5 out of 10. Man, that's great. Lauren Biggs, solid B+. Raw Cuz, give it a 7.5 to 8 out of 10. Just give it an 8 out of 10. JJ Bulldog gave it a B++. They better not be doing EO dirty like that. I hope not. They better not be. Not EO Sky. 412 Hamrock gave it a 9.2 out of 10. Well, why can't y'all just round up your numbers? Andre gave it a 7. See? I'll take that. Darcy Cham gave it an 8. EO Sky freaks out of 10. Liv Morgan makeout sessions. Wow. Interesting. The Phoenix gave it a 9 out of 10. Frandon Whitehead gave it a 9 out of 10. Yeah, see, at least some of y'all are rounding up your numbers. And someone said, well, bonus points. Ro Punk says he graduated from high school. Congratulations, Ro Punk. Congrats for graduating from high school. I hope you enjoy the rest of your life because it gets harder from here. I joke, I kid. You're gonna make it work, dude. Just know that, just take it one day at a time. Life will get easier when you take it one day at a time, I promise. Congratulations to everybody who's graduating this week, by the way. And to everyone else who's finishing up the year and moving on to the next one. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and close it out here. Thank you all for watching. You know what we're doing for the rest of the week. We got AEW Live on Wednesday, Friday Night SmackDown Live, and then whatever else is happening. I'm not going nowhere. I think things are going to start picking up for everything. I see AEW and the WWE catching a lot of buzz going into their big event, SummerSlam and then All In. So be sure you tune in live for more right here in Alyx's world. So please, as you file out, do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, and Venmo. Links to everything is down below in the description. If you have any more questions, you can email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com. Once again, SeatGeek. Promo code JustAlyx for any kind of discount. $20 off. But until then, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's world. A place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Peace.
When you're in my